my fucking god. All right, so look. Anyway, so all right, just to rehash. Okay, I had my fucking mic unplugged. Okay, just to rehash, we're about to watch. Okay, wait. How do I break this down? Okay, so sometimes I wonder, right? Sometimes I wonder, can you brainwash people? Right? Is that real? Is hypnosis real? Is this the stuff they call like MK Ultra? Like, what is that? You know? And then I look at an example of I have I started studying one particular individual, and his name is Young Pharaoh. Okay, I wish I could tell you more, but it's just better to kind of show you. Um, I want to show you, like, kind of before. Oh my God, is it? I don't know. You tell. We'll see. Okay. All right. Mm. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Fuck it, not saying fuck. It's over 375 million people in this country. Let's just go how many people.
Let's put this on the. Oh shit. Hold on.
Taxes. Let's see if we can get taxes back, right?
Yeah.
A normal person, if you work in minimum wage and you got no kids,
Right.
right?
That's another thing which a lot of us got kids.
You work maybe barely paying 500.
Right.
Legal robbery,
Yeah.
some legal robbery.
Paying 5,000 and paying 500.
Yes.
No, I didn't want to do
How
that.
many years?
Hold on, I'm trying to make this bigger.
Right. So now times 65. Because that's the average retirement.
If that happens, the motherfuckers ain't gonna get 9% let you come over here. But you done paid $200-300 a week. You hear me? That shit's
Right.
ridiculous.
So specifically, he rounded it 97,000, but the number is 97,500, and he rounded it 97,000.
The church will be like, okay, we got a little spot in the back, you go sleep. You feel me? Or here, you know what? Here goes the emergency money for you. That's how this church is supposed to be operating.
Okay, hold on. First of all, what the fuck? Secondly, hold on, man. Okay. Wait a minute. All right, let's look at this one, right? All right.
It's about hexes, spells, curses, and how to liberate yourself energetically. And so with that being said, we're going to jump right in. Now, first and foremost, before we go into how to liberate yourself energetically, we have to go down the statutes and the understandings of hexes, spells, and curses, okay? Now, in order to cast a spell or place a curse upon somebody, okay? A curse is a negative intent, okay? And a spell is a conception energetically that you place upon an entity, okay? For whatever your intentional reason is, okay? Mostly, and 9 out of 10 these are bad reasons, okay? And hex is the mathematical angle or the shape or figure that you use to dictate the direction of this being's energy. Now, in order to place a spell or curse on somebody, you have to have a language. You don't need a language for hexes, but you do need a language for spells and curses because spells and curses create belief systems. And in order for somebody to subscribe to a certain energetic pattern which completely replicates itself over a period of time, they have to have a language to which their conception is limited, their perception is limited in what it is they perceive. And so I'll give you an example. A sentence or term, I'm coming out with a whole lecture on occultic vernacular and expression. Expression enchantment. So it's going to be called occultic vernacular and expression enchantment. Be on the lookout for it. It's coming very soon. And so that being said, this is just a small taste of what I'm going into. But I'll give you an example, right? The word grammar, okay? Because you use proper grammar when you're speaking and when you use words, okay, to create sentences and terms. Now words is the word swords okay, with the S on the back. So if you take the S off the back of the word sword and put it in the front. Now remember that swords are used to destroy and go to battle with. Same thing with words. Now, I did a video. I can't remember the name of it. It was language something. This video probably over a year ago. But in this video, I touched on how the Adam's apple, okay, as well as your language, is meant to change frequencies. And I'll be going into this a little bit.
Okay, so you get a general gist of fuck. You get a general gist. You get a general gist of, you know, his mannerisms. You know what he's talking about, basically. You know, his subject matter. You know how he's explaining. It's pretty kind of, you know, I would say for the most part masculine. You know, nothing weird, nothing out of the ordinary there. You know, and then in 2026, or apparently, I guess it started a couple of years ago, someone has compromised. Somehow he got compromised. And this is what I honestly believe. I think he got compromised. And let's take a look at where he is in 2026. Watch this. Watch this.
And she made sure she let everybody know that she was a big fan of mine. So I appreciate.
Wait a minute. This guy, he's not even showing the oh my god, but they hold on. Hold on. Hold on, gang. I guess it's better to show on TikTok. Let me see something. Oh shit. I'm in a dungeon, gang. I'm trying to multitask. Jesus. Oh god. Wait, let me see. Let me check my stream. Hold on. That's gonna take me some time. See, doing things live is different, you know, than making a video. I'll tell you that. Like, jeez. But yeah, so this guy basically finds himself on TikTok, and he's been reduced to a babbling thought, bro. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he was like highly like intellectual, right? And he would be writing. He would write books, you know, talk about, you know, his understanding and perspective, and then now he doesn't even want to talk about that stuff anymore. All he does is play video games and literally twerk. I lie to you not. He's literally twerking on live, bro. And I guess he's recreationally taking shrooms. But at the same time, don't the CIA use shrooms too? I don't know. I just, like, didn't they use shrooms in experiments? stuff like that, like, wouldn't you need shrooms? Like, if you wanted to rewire somebody's brain and personality, wouldn't you use shrooms to do it? Like, wouldn't that be a tool that would be used? Um, because shrooms have been medically proven to rewire neurological pathways, and they were thinking about exploring the possibility of microdosing for traumatized war veterans, people with PTSD. You know, they were going to use shrooms to, you know, to kind of help them become a different person, essentially, because that's what shrooms do. You take too much shrooms, you kind of become something. You know, um, even people who have taken shrooms, they can tell you, yo, it's possible. It's very possible that they use shrooms to brainwash young Pharaoh, and then I don't know. It's just very like the truth is always. I feel like the truth is always stranger than fiction. I think the truth is always stranger. God damn it. Um, I'm gonna play a clip, right? I'm gonna play a clip very soon about what he has become in 2026. Oh shit. Yeah. Yo, DPS be AFK. For real. I'm one of them. You know? Chase. I'm one of them. Man. I'm telling you, man. I feel like a lot of you, I feel like a lot of people know about, young Pharaoh and Elijah Bishop. Well, at least a lot of people in my community. But for those who don't know, I want to introduce you. You know, I always been interested in documentaries. You know what I mean? I find myself watching one or two every so often. And this young Pharaoh business it has to be studied. It has to be studied. It has to be like, what is going on? You know, it's the most disturbing because, I believe that this is evidence of such technology that, people are able to get brainwashed. I think it's very, very possible. I think brainwashing is a real thing. You know? Makes me kind of scared to get rich. You feel me? It just makes me not okay, I can't say scared of rich, but it just, I don't know. It just makes me so there's people that know things. So it's just oh, all it takes is for a person that's oh yeah, like a lobbyist. You know what I'm saying? Any random lobbyist. They could be a kind of a business owner, but they specialize in politicking. You know what I'm saying? Those are the most, dangerous people because they want no, not they want what the fuck, power. Yeah, they want power so bad. And they politic and then they lobby and then they in a lot of cases they cheat, to get to the top. Um maybe I don't know. Maybe because success is like a drug or something. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But for some reason, they all decided to, you know, um, like you know, you got your P Diddy's, you got your Ushers. You know what I'm saying? I think Usher's trying to make us forget that, you know, I don't know. Once you get to Hollywood, that's why I like YouTube and independent platforms because the old way of doing things, you had to go through a gatekeeper. Now you don't necessarily have to go through one anymore. You can just put your content online and have the people decide if it's good or not. And then the people can fund you, or basically YouTube can. Um, but Hollywood created they created such monsters. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you may not, you know, even though I'm not in LA, you got to think the more successful you are, the more, you're going to eventually run into somebody that's like from Hollywood. You know what I mean? And then at that point, it's 58 laws of power. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if a person from Hollywood that's like you know what I'm saying, well connected, if they're interested in you know what I'm saying, if you seem interesting to them, they're going to find out. You know, they're gonna find out. And I just think that, in order to avoid that, you just go independent, you know, independent on YouTube, and no fan meetups. Yeah, become a distant, like a fan, like something unattainable. You know, and you don't got to deal with these weird. Streaming starting to get weird. It's starting to become a little bit performative now. You know, I think we should go back to the old way of streaming, which is what I'm doing, and also, like just getting back to like the video games in the community. Not the community. The community. Some of the once you become codependent on your fan base, and you need your fan base's approval, in order to like live, you know. And if you're like a neon and you're listening to your chat 24/7, you're gonna find yourself in some shit. And then you're also gonna find yourself in some shit because now you gotta outdo everything you did in the past. And so I bet these boys they chat GBT their shit. I bet you they definitely chat GBT their fucking ideas. I guarantee you. A lot of the motherfuckers chat GBT their ideas. I bet you Kai Sanai chat GBT Streamer University. I don't think that was his idea. But that's either there nor there. And to be honest, listen, I don't know. Like, to be honest, I don't even want clout, so I wouldn't even go to Streamer University. I want to specialize in a niche. As long as I got my niche, I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? As long as I got my niche, you know, um, fuck it. You know what I mean? But yeah, for the most part, I'm not. I'm not trying to go to no Streamer University. I'm not trying to like be buddy buddies with everybody. Yeah, they can shove it up their ass. Cause I know Hollywood. I know fucking Hollywood somewhere near like not too far from the scenes, Hollywood is like sticking their finger up Kai Cenat's butt right now. That's what I honestly believe, you know? And yeah, you know. I wonder what happened to Flight Boss. What the fuck? What's it called? I gotta look this up. I gotta look this up. Where is Flight Boss now? I know he made a lot of money. I'm about to show you a guy that made a lot of money
Appreciate it.
astrology. Let me see. All right, hold on. We got to see the timestamp. 11 years ago. 11 years ago. Oh my god. So like, you got to look at the money that like they started clocking, bro. Like, damn, bro. He had a good run. Wow, I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. That's fucked up. All right, so 10 years ago, 10 years ago, 9 years ago. Look out, most of his videos are so long ago. Look at that. Look at that. 20K views, 30K views, 16K views. Consistently. 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 With hell of engagement, I know. With hell of I just kind of don't. Right.
You're now listen to my military move. I'm the RGG, and I'm here to motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're talking about the negative side to your motherfucking. And right now, we're Gemini.
He had an intro.
So, with Gemini, all the back, you want to talk about the negative side to Gemini. Gemini, now, they may think they're not doing this because they're so mental that they may make this the world. One of the negative sides of Gemini is picking a side without picking a side. Now, reason why I say that's not negative or positive yet, because that way of thinking leads to a negative way in this reality all the time. Because here's going to play out in ways up, keyword, two-faced it, being two different people, acting two different ways. And a lot of times Gemini don't know that they're doing this because this is the original outlook. So if you're having a conversation with one friend, right? You're having a mutable air. Being able to adapt to its own other people's ways of thinking and communicating. So off the bat, even if you're not agreeing, you just like the sake of communicating, so you're listening and communicating with someone's side of the story. Right? Now, based upon you agreeing with it or not, is in the air. Keyword, in the air. No pun, all puns intended. Now, when you have a conversation with your other friend that may not like the friend you just had a conversation with, and now, your original stance is in the air. So now you just like to say thinking and communicating. Now you're thinking from this point of view, right? So now you're listening to this person. But here's where the trick come in. Where a lot of times you may fall short, but you may realize after the conversation that's where you fucked up. Here's the thing. Geminis love to conversate. So in the middle of conversating with someone, the Gemini can't help but to start pointing out corners where they may agree with a person. Even if they're not agreeing, they're being relatable, adaptable, and being able to change and relate to a person's way of thinking and communicating. So even if they're just listening, they have no point but to point out, okay, you might be right or wrong at, but in the middle of all that, they're communicating with this person. So if they're doing that at the same time doing that with the other person, the Gemini may not see it as they're choosing sides. But these people are looking at it like, okay, if you talk to me this long and gave me all these pointers, then what you talk to them about? And y'all talk about the same thing. You haven't talked about me. So both of these people is gonna look at Gemini, like Gemini two-faced it, and the Gemini gonna look at it like, hey, I just fuck with both of y'all. But where the Gemini fucked up at is giving too much conversation. See what I'm saying? So you didn't do right. I mean, you wasn't entirely wrong, but you got them Geminis who know they wrong, and they just like to do that. They love to gossip. But for the most part, that's a negative trait.
overall. That's negative. So you have to learn how to apply yourself, learn how to know when to not speak, learn when to not apply yourself, learn how to not, so learn the circumference of how to look at the situation as a whole, like a water sign, and not just look at a person's perspective as a whole, as this their idea of the situation. Learn how to look at everybody's idea as a whole,
Okay.
how they will look at you, other than you just always
Let's go
thinking
to his
how you.
page. Oh, he must have lost a lot of followers. I feel like I don't know. Maybe he went through a controversy or something. He was making music. Now I'm not sure if he was 4 hours ago. Okay, he's well in his bag. He's in his era. Playing his own music. Can't monetize. Can't get copyrighted.
I can't even blink. I told you stars on water, I could see the sea. Yeah. Now you could see the sea. I told you stars on water that ain't even like that. Yeah. We in a big black film. When you was in the dark, that's when shit got real. The world give a nigga headaches on until like 6 Advils. Yeah. Walking with a cold sweat in my spine.
I want to read a comment.
All right now. Yeah. Can I see a girl in the
I want to read the comment.
okay. Can I see a girl in the daytime? Okay. Can I see a girl at the midnight? You know me and you.
He got his loyal
I see
fans.
those emotions, doop, 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 and everybody in it too. Like, oh,
He got his loyal fans.
The thingy that I keep on me, trust me, should not run down. Toy Story, TOY, bitch, you know it's up in Youngstown. Not only that, it's Archangel Uriel, not from this universe. I use the moon like a bitch, you don't even know what I do to her. You get lost in the light just because you gotta be Lucifer. Like Dragon Ball Z with the earrings and see if the fusion word. Yeah. I got my own style, yeah, somewhere in the galaxy, I bet your mama's so proud. Yeah, I don't give a damn about sports, but I'm so foul. Got a nigga out here living like I ain't got no child. I think I should slow it down.
Wow.
Just go around.
whatever the case may be. So, like, let's say you have certain intentions, and you was trying to do things a certain way. Let's say everybody didn't like understand, right? Leo gives the ability to create a situation where it's time for you to express that energy on that stage, because the stage is already set for the audience to see it the way that you've been representing it. So it's like one of those type of energies when it comes into Leo. Now it's filtered through Cancer, right? The way we feel about things. So it may be things that you've been trying to get people to pay attention to emotionally, or get them to entertain that they probably wasn't paying attention to, and things of that nature, that wants to move
Okay,
on to.
so he's definitely still doing his thing consistently, man. Consistently. Hold on. He's still doing his thing. He got the fur. He got the fur jacket. Oh yeah, he pimping. Oh yeah.
Those one. Those one.
Oh, who is this? Yo, sock. Yo, what the?
Yo, son, what up?
Yo, that's a wild name. Ah,
Interview for the #1 hardcore WoW guild? Oh, God. Wait, oh, they made Mitch do an interview? Oh, fuck. Alright, we gotta see this. Oh my God, we gotta see this. Let's go. Let's see it. Let's go.
Yo, hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Very good, and you?
Good. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, you guys can talk first. Go ahead.
Yeah, we do have a set of questions and a requirement that Ampi will go over with you.
Yeah, no problem.
Right.
I think you should start with the guild tax, Bobka.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we do have pretty two big rules, and we have a 50 gold weekly gold tax. Are you going to be able to afford that? As a mage, I think it's pretty fair,
That's super easy, yeah. I just farmed Troll Village, and I was getting like 50 gold an hour just leveling.
Okay, that sounds good. Also, since we're
I'm tired of hearing about the dude and his family.
Yeah, man.
His uncle,
yeah,
shooting guard.
That sounds fine. The reason why they probably have the tax is just to pay for different types of consumables and stuff like that.
Mother shit.
Yeah, I don't think this is that big of a deal. Sure, repairs, etc. Yeah.
You have a $500 fine if you fail a mechanic or put the raid into danger during a raid.
$500 if you fuck up.
I can't.
Well, how do they enforce that?
Fucking can't.
Are you good with that?
Yeah, I
guess.
I'm tired.
So pretty much when you fuck up, you owe $500 to the guild PayPal.
I'm tired.
That are used for expense and guild activities.
Okay.
And let me guess, Bobka is the one that manages the guild PayPal? That's smart. No wonder he's inviting Mitch.
Yeah, dude, that's fine with me.
That is good with you?
Yeah, that's it. I think, yeah, that's good with me.
Well, Bobka's about to be
Can I
rich.
ask you some questions about your character, Mr. Jones?
Yeah, for sure. Hold on. Wait, are you Amphi?
Yes.
Okay,
it's the warrior.
I saw a clip of you saying you're like OG Mitch Jones, Rectal Watcher, and that you don't think that I can focus. Bro, I don't focus in dogshit dungeons when I'm leveling, but in raids and in PvP, I am locked in, man. Straight up.
I believe you.
We believe in you, but we are the one telling things right now and asking questions.
Alright, you guys go.
Oh god, this is amazing.
Good. Good. Okay, what's the next question?
Where are you on your MC attunement?
I just dinged 60 yesterday, so I need to get that. I'm gonna do that today.
All members must be attuned to MC.
Yes, I will get it.
Baseline.
Yes.
That's an expectation.
Yeah.
What about your Oni attunement?
I haven't.
I can guarantee you he hasn't done any attunement. He hasn't gotten anything ready. Nothing is prepared. Yeah.
I just dinged. I haven't started in any of these attunements yet, but I will be doing that after I get this gear.
Bobka, did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
I'm noting that down.
Sounds okay.
I think that's reasonable though. Like realistically, like especially in hardcore WoW, like I would want to level to 60 and then do the attunements. Right? There's not a rush. Like this logically it makes sense.
Okay, I'll get to work, guys.
The professions? Right. Wait, hold on. What about your professions?
Yeah.
Professions, I will be leveling very, very soon.
Okay, so no professions. Right. I would have never expected that.
Just got 60 yesterday, so I'm still gonna get professions for sure. I'll make sure to farm gold. I'm gonna get. I mean,
the only profession he really needs is engineering, right? For raiding. I'm trying to think. Like, is there anything else he would like really need?
I'm gonna go enchanting. I think that's one of the ones I'm gonna go, and then maybe tailoring for the second one.
Why?
I'll have my professions maxed within 5 days, 100%, and I will be attuned within a couple days for sure.
Ooh.
Okay, that's great. That's great to hear.
Great.
We do have some leftover requirements. Those are not crazy, but you must wear the guild tabar at all times.
I like this guild. I do. I like these guys. They take themselves seriously. They're there to prove a point. Yeah, this is really good. I like these guys a lot. Like, there's some people that You know, like they take the game seriously, and it's like you can laugh at it, but you also can respect it.
Is that okay with you?
That's mandatory.
You must rep the guild.
Always rep the guild. Always wear the tabard. This is straight gangsta shit. I love it.
Yeah,
because you gotta remember, like, this is hardcore WoW. So, like, if somebody isn't willing to rep the tabard 100% of the time, what are the odds that they could be the fifth horseman? Higher than if they rep the tabard. Think about it like that.
Ironforge and Stormwind, everywhere you go, you must rep the guild.
I'm down. I'm repping, dude. I'm repping Frontier, baby.
Right.
All right, I'll get a tattoo, dude. No, I'm down.
That's not yet.
I'm down. Okay, go ahead.
We have
go
more
ahead.
things.
Yeah. So what
I
is this?
bet.
What is next?
Well, of course, you can't show your guild chat on stream, so you're gonna need a.
Oh yeah.
Yep. You got guys, this is a classic WoW guild, okay? This is a guild in classic WoW. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, we'll move that.
Hide that.
Yeah, we'll move that.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And when you do get rostered for raids, you must wear a tie
Okay. Now
if you're streaming with a camera.
You're trolling me. All right.
We have a very strict business casual rule.
Okay, I'll wear a tux every single raid night. All right, I will literally, tux, try hard, all attunements.
The thing is, we do raid almost like.
Do you think this is
4
a
days
joke,
week,
Mitch?
So yeah.
Oh no, this is no joke. This is serious business. Seriously, guys, this
is
This is
hardcore.
one life WoW, bro. This is one life classic WoW.
trust me.
Like there is no rest button. There's no.
Oh, I know.
It is a one time.
I'm telling you guys, I will be serious. Okay, like so much.
You promise me?
I swear on everything, bro. Like to the point where I wouldn't even stream if that was a distraction. If you thought that it was like a distraction, I would literally just raid, not streaming. I swear.
Okay. Because you get that you're joining the premier hardcore raiding guild in the world. Only a few players can do.
Yes,
what we're
no,
doing
this
right
is
now.
a big opportunity for
There's
sure.
like 40 players in like
We
the
only invite
world.
one person per week.
Yeah.
So, like, you got to think about how serious this is. Like, holy fuck, getting trolled? What do you mean he's getting trolled? Why would he be getting trolled?
This is very important.
Oh, it's important to me too. I was like literally just. I'm so happy that you guys are.
Why would he be getting? Thank you. What's the troll part?
Very appreciative.
Do you have any more questions here?
I think we went over everything. Looks. I mean, it looks decent for me.
I have some notes from this interview we're gonna have to go over later.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We can do that off stream.
Okay. So, what do you guys need from me though? What do you right now?
You'll hear back from us in 3 to 7 business days.
Okay.
It's like, how many real days is that? Every time somebody tells me business days, it's like, wait, what?
Wait, you serious?
Do we sound not serious? Or...
Sorry. No, you sound serious. Yeah. All right. 3 to 7 business days.
Oh wait, you are streaming right now, right?
Yeah.
I thought that this was off stream.
Nobody told me that was. Wait, was it supposed to be off stream?
I think I told you.
All guild meetings are no comms.
Yeah. Oh, this was supposed.
You were streaming comms?
Yeah, we were.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, you're streaming right now.
Bobka, go down our channel right now.
Yeah, right now. Be right back.
The same reason that you don't show guild chat is the same reason why you don't stream comms in a classic WoW guild. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Am I in?
Uh-oh.
Mr. Jones?
Yes,
yeah,
yes. Yes, sir.
We have a offer for you since you kind of broke our like first rule.
Yeah.
We're going to be a little lenient here.
Yeah.
You didn't know the rule. It's okay.
Yeah, I did not know that rule.
People make mistakes.
So in further...
That was your one strike.
Okay,
We have a one strike rule.
Okay.
Next strike, you're out.
Gotcha.
That's 2 strikes.
Okay,
infractions...
hold on.
That's a 2-strike rule.
Wait.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
We've also deemed that your guild tax will be 150 gold this week.
That's totally fair.
It is a 1 week thing. Like, don't
Just
worry.
this week.
Wow.
We're back down to 50 gold.
Okay, that's fair. I'll farm the troll.
I mean, 100 gold for leaking comms is pretty. I think that's pretty good.
Village, no big deal. Cool.
Well,
Bro, I'll farm you guys gold.
If you're
as
ready,
much, dude, I'll farm you as much gold as you guys need. I don't.
are you ready to join right now? Like
the
right
burger.
Now?
Yeah,
Is
it's
the burger
yeah,
ready?
it's the burger's ready. Yeah, the burger's been ready. I've been ready my whole life.
Yeah, wait. Do you have a guild tower on you? Because as soon as you join the guild and you have the guild name of your character, there is no shot that you're gonna ride around.
We have a weak aura
tabard.
that tracks guild tabard uptime, and if you don't have guild tabard 100% uptime, I'm sorry to say, but you're loop banned.
Yes.
Quite frankly.
Okay, sounds good. And also, do you guys run on a DKP system, or how does this work?
That's smart. Yeah, that's smart. That way people, like, because you don't want to have people that have, you know, they take it off when they're with their boys, you know? What if I DC? Well, then you wouldn't be in the game. So it's, I mean, it's not like whenever you DC, you lose your tabard, right?
So
strictly corrupt loot council.
Yes.
Okay, so could I be prioritized in that?
Do you have PayPal?
There's a premium guild tax if you're interested in corrupt loot council.
Okay.
But that is to be talked off stream.
I think that's probably the only part of this interview that hasn't been a joke.
Okay, yeah, off stream, of course. Where do I get a guild tabard in Ironforge? I'm gonna go to Stormwind because I know where to do one there, so I'm gonna go ahead and.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's part's a joke. Yeah, I think that one. I believe that
guild
part.
tabard is 50 silver, right? If I remember correctly.
It's 90 silver.
Okay.
Are we gonna be?
It's okay that you're wrong.
By the way, we do want to require the first guild payment right now before the guild invite. So do you have at
he doesn't
least
have the
50
money.
gold on you?
Yeah, let me vendor some stuff real quick. Hold on. Yeah, let me just go ahead.
What are you gonna vendor to get 150 gold?
And vendor some stuff. I got a lot of BOEs here, and I'll vendor some room cloth and stuff. Yeah.
Because you're not even remotely close.
You sound worried about.
It's no stress.
You sure that yeah.
Do you think you can handle the stress of raid right now?
Oh, absolutely.
This is nothing.
Oh yeah, no, I could absolutely handle the stress of raid 100%.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
I will be there, and this isn't my first rodeo. I actually was the first mage on Turning Tide back in Wrath the Lich King.
Turning Tide.
Yeah.
What is?
It's a one-handed sword from Kel'Thuzad. It's item level 226. It gives haste, spell power, and critical strike chance. It's an extremely good weapon.
Turning Tide?
Never heard of it.
It's the last. It's the sword that drops off Kel'Thuzad in Wrath the Lich King.
25
in
man.
Naxxramas. So I'm very actually attuned with all of Naxxramas. By the time our guild gets to there, I could actually be part of like teaching people the mechanics of the fight, etc. Because I'm very
Hold
attuned
on.
with that.
Hold on. Turning Tide is from Wrath.
Yeah, Wrath the Lich King. Yeah, it's Naxxramas. It's the same. It's the same dungeon.
What can I do
It's
for
the
you?
same.
Hold on.
Oh, whoops. Yo, re-invite me. Sorry.
And why are you declining my invite, sir?
Did you just decline the guild invite?
Yeah, no, that's.
Bro, Mitch is not, dude. He's not even paying attention.
My bad. That's my bad.
He's not even paying attention, man.
I'm getting gold. I'm getting the gold for you guys.
Do you know who Frontier is?
Yeah.
It's not just a guild.
Oh no, it's a movement. Wait, am I lagging?
It is a lifestyle, bro.
Okay, you just phased me. Hold on.
What can I help you with?
Okay, let's see here.
Because I want to make sure that I receive the gold before the guild invite, so I need to meet you.
That's smart.
Gold. I'm vendoring all my greens here. 1 second. 37. Okay, we're getting close. Get rid of that.
Are you sure you're going to be able to get 150 gold? We can wait 24 hours.
No, absolutely, yeah. I will absolutely be able to get that.
We will take 50 gold right now, and then you have 24 hours to get.
Bro, he does not have that money.
It's no problem. Could I actually give you this Essence of Undead? I think this is
that is worth at least.
That's guild bank. Do not vendor that.
Okay, you would like that.
What would you vendor Essence of Undeath for?
Okay. By
the way, every greens or every purple that you're gonna get while farming do require to be sent to the guild bank.
Okay.
Because we share everything together, right? We're like one big family.
What if I'm an enchanter and I DE them and give you guys a match?
That is acceptable.
Okay, cool.
Encouraged, even.
All right, yeah, we'll do that.
Smart.
I'm gonna be an enchanter. I'll give you guys mats on all greens. No big deal. We'll be one big family, and I will be the best parsing mage in your guild. I promise you that.
Bro, I love how Mitch already forgot to buy the tabard. He already forgot one of the most important things. He's about to fail the weak aura. At the very beginning, dude, he totally forgot about the tabard.
I'm holding you to that.
No, I will. I'll be top DPS every single time. There will be no mage close to me. And it depends on my spec as well.
All right, yeah. Come on.
Do you guys already
have
a winter chill mage or what? How many mages you guys got?
17.
That's 17.
There it is.
You're gonna have to fight your spot. You're gonna have to fight for your core raider spot.
There's no way you got 17 mages. That's a lot of mages, man. All right, wait, where are you guys at? Let me trade you this gold here.
I'm in the tram.
Dude, he totally forgot about the guild tabard. Oh my god.
The Ironforge tram. I don't want to be seen in the public.
Oh, wait, hold up.
We get swamped. It's insane.
I need to get my guild tabard first, if you hold on 1 second.
Okay, all right, good.
All right, I'm grabbing my guild tabard.
Good.
Looking for something specific?
Got it.
Okay,
right,
bought the guild tabard. He doesn't have it equipped. Oh, okay, now he has it equipped.
Okay.
Yes.
Get him to sign. Get him to sign the contract.
I'm waiting for the trade window to be open with the gold, and then I will.
Okay.
I'll send the DocuSign.
Yeah, send the spreadsheet too.
Hold on.
Bro, people in the chat are getting pissed.
I'm gonna give you this Essence of Undead as well. You can have this, and then there was another thing that I got. Oh yeah, I got 2 of these Flayed Abomination. I don't know. What
you can't trade those.
I will take your lockbox also.
Oh, the lockbox? Yeah, you can have the lockbox. Yeah, no.
Thank you.
Yeah, no biggie.
Alright, I'm waiting for you in the tram. I'm sitting by the left bench.
Okay, I'm coming to the bench right now, brother.
Soul bound to the guild? Yeah, true.
No. I was just wondering what your policy is on Noggin Fogger Elixir, because the guild
required.
Oh, it required it. Permanent.
Yeah, because the guild tabard doesn't shown when you're skelly form, so I was wondering if that was a terms of service in terms of the guild.
That's smart.
Definitely encouraged to show.
I love how like they paused because Mitch kind of got him there. He did. He kind of got him. Because, like, why do you need the guild tabard on all the time? How do you even know if you don't have it equipped? Yeah, they didn't consider that.
Tabard
they got.
Yeah, but when you're a skelly, there's no tabard.
That's okay.
That would be the only
Skeletons are an exception. Yeah. Okay. And ninja. No pirate.
All right, I'm here next to you, bro.
There he is. Give me the gold, sir.
Okay. This is I got 38.
That will do for now.
I got 38.
That's not gonna do.
I got these. Wait, hold on.
Wait, do you have
38?
Wait. I see that you have 38 silver and 10 copper. I want that too. I want 38, 10.
Okay, yeah, that way he's getting all of his money.
Have these two.
Literally every single fucking penny.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Well, that will do for now.
Okay.
All right, thank you, bro.
Okay.
Send the invite.
Wait, where you going, man?
I gotta go, bro.
What?
I'm moving down to officer. Meet you there.
Me too. We'll talk to you later, Mitch. Thanks for applying.
Okay. Oh god. Jesus. Oh, we got a guild invite. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Frontier, baby. All right, hold on. Let's see here.
Where is he in? He's in the guild now.
We need to see.
Thanks for applying.
I'm in. Wait, I'm in.
He's in the guild.
All right, now I gotta go farm gold. And I need to farm gear, and I gotta get attuned, and I got a lot of shit to do, guys. Attunement, gear, professions. I'm completely broke.
Man. What a guild. And look at the chat. Bro, it's hard to take people like that seriously. Jeez. Tell me you haven't left your parents' basement since 2005. Cringe. Oh my god, that shit was so fucking funny. I'm so glad I watched that. That's amazing. A lot of WoW players are dropping WoW and now they're moving over to RuneScape. And this is happening at like a massive rate. I'm kind of surprised that it's gone this far.
Why are there so many World of Warcraft players switching to old school RuneScape? You must have
better graphics.
Notice them, right? Lurking around the Grand Exchange, trying to
why.
parse on a goblin, wondering where their ability bars are, and asking how Jagex is managing to update the game rather than re-releasing the same exact content over and over and over again.
Imagine that.
I sure did, because I'm one of those WoW players.
Oh, wow.
A year and a half ago, after around half a month of MMO soul searching, I found old school RuneScape. I had quit WoW after Mythic raiding for around a decade.
Quit during Shadowlands. That expansion did, like, totally... It did irreversible damage to the game.
For various reasons. I was sick of the short-form, seasonal ethos of the game, devaluing any and all of my progression, sick of the only value...
Thank you. I hate the seasonal model. I think it's so stupid. Expansion should be the seasons. There should not be seasons within expansions.
Content
It's too
being
fast.
instanced, bored of the binary itemization and samey loot, and disheartened by Blizzard's complacency with the classic incarnation of the game. Clearly, I wasn't the only one. Mad Season, Guzu, Caritas, Savix, and more have since begun their first steps into this beloved, curated sandbox.
So they're all going over to... Everybody is going over to RuneScape now.
About RuneScape seems to have translated for the World of Warcraft player.
Wow.
And why? First, we must acknowledge where these WoW creators come from. Unlike myself, most of them are classic WoW players, an old school 2004 incarnation of World of Warcraft, much like
the best version of the game, by the way.
Old school RuneScape
By
is
a mile,
of
it's not
RuneScape.
even close.
Unlike OSRS, though, this version of World of Warcraft is following the timeline of WoW itself.
Yeah.
Blizzard has been updating classic WoW every few months with new patches and eventually the very same expansions that released years ago. The initial release in 2018 is now entering the Mists of Pandaria expansion and resembles
outrageous.
Retail WoW, the modern game, much more than it does Classic WoW or Vanilla WoW, the version from 2004. It's
WoW turned into Retail WoW in the patch for Trial of the Crusader. That's when it happened. Before that, it was WoW. After that, it was Retail.
Interesting to imagine a version of old school RuneScape that just kind of began releasing all the same updates, eventually ruining the game for the very same players that returned to it because it lacked those updates.
Yep.
Blizzard understood and saw this as the player base continued to shrink. Therefore, they opted for the seasonal servers that remixed the standard classic vanilla WoW experience. The Season of Mastery, and eventually the Season of Discovery. These year-long servers run down the line of all the same patches that were released between 2004 and 2006.
I think the reason why these didn't really catch on and retain a player base is because a lot of people don't want to invest into an MMO that's transient. Like, people don't want to put all of their time and energy, effort, and emotion into a community and into a world that they know is going to disappear in a year. I think that's one of the big reasons why OSRS is receiving such a resurgence. It's because it's a game that has such a long tenure that people know that the time that they invest into the game now will matter later on.
Updates. The latter, Season of Discovery, or SOD, introduced runes and granted all kinds of player power in the form of new abilities and many, many old ones from future expansions, as well as reworked some of the raids and even added one new raid toward the end.
Yeah.
It was an interesting experiment. Finally, Blizzard released the Classic Anniversary servers, so just Vanilla Classic again, for a second, or some would argue, fourth time. That's the first point to take note of. These creators love WoW. Even I, to a certain extent, still do as well, especially Classic, a version of the game that I think is most tangibly an MMORPG. It's wonderful, yet regardless of your love for it, anything exceptional becomes dry over time, especially when not allowed to exist in our mind. Being fed the same thing, as great as it may be, over and over again doesn't foster a larger community. It pushes those sick of it away.
Well, it's also that, I mean, they've re-released the game multiple times, and at a certain point, people have played this enough. And there are no real, like, people want a classic WoW that has updates probably kind of like OSRS. Blizzard is never going to have, like, a good version of classic WoW, like, Plus, until they get rid of the seasonal idea of the game.
Amount becoming sick only increases in time. The repeated cycles of Classic aren't getting any fresher, and next time Blizzard relaunches Classic servers, chances are they'll see even less popularity.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I've lost interest over time, and I think another reason too is because I think Season of Discovery, this maybe is an unpopular opinion, but I think Season of Discovery created problems that Classic WoW had built into it, that those problems created the texture of the game. And Season of Discovery seeking to remove that texture ended up making the game worse.
Blizzard has floated the idea of a Classic Plus. This has been a long-running desire from the player base. Instead of re-releasing the same content,
warriors that can heal, mages that can heal. That's not Classic WoW. That's not the point. That's not the reason why it was a good MMO. The reason why class identity existed in Classic WoW is because everybody couldn't AoE, everybody couldn't heal, everybody couldn't tank.
Why not add truly new content to the game? In many ways, SOD was experimenting in that regard. Sadly, I'm a bit concerned with this. First, Blizzard's survey that introduced this idea was filled with nothing even remotely interesting systemically. It had a whole host of quality of life features such as account-wide collections and graphical improvements. Essentially, they were pitching retail WoW features alongside what Blizzard does most confidently: instanced content, new raids, dungeons, and so on. I suppose that's what people want, but I also think that this will kill the game down the line.
It will, just because it's killed the game every single other time. Classic WoW is a good game because the entire game matters. Like, what you do in Stranglethorn Vale, and Stranglethorn Vale as a zone has value even in the end game because of ZG and the buffs. Every single player can take part in the celebration of killing a Nixia or Nefarian because of the buff. All of these things are necessary in order to create a cohesive MMO that matters as a collective. But the problem is that developers, I think that the guys that are making WoW now, they don't understand that value, and they think that making the game in its own segmented ways is better. And it's just made it worse.
Add new skills, new classes, however, disregarding the architecture that makes most of these things function is an issue. It may work well for retail, but that's because the modern version of WoW is competitive and singular in its vision. It has an exceptional combat system that is the sole point of interaction with the rest of the game. By comparison, Classic WoW is emergent. It wouldn't be far-fetched to say that it is defined by its leveling experience more so than its end game. Because end game in Classic WoW, the farming for pre-raid bis and then raid logging isn't the most evocative or unique feature. Leveling through the enormous uninstanced open world, forming groups to take down elites and brave difficult quests, finding ways to solo bosses, just running through the dense jungles and open plains. That is Classic WoW. The end game
that's an MMO. That's a massively multiplayer online game because you see other people, it's massive, and there's multiple people. Wow, it's the definition of the thing that it's supposed to be.
It's held together by emergent interactions never intended by the developers and seemingly never acknowledged since. The interpersonal relations of managing 40-odd raiders, the faction collusion, the war effort that saw, in my opinion, one of the best game series ever created around it.
The Barney
Even the
videos were
collective
insane.
flight paths to gather meticulously timed world buffs. These are the heartbeat of the game that aren't retained by just improving graphics, adding instanced player housing, and a new class. This survey saw Blizzard double down on things that are neat, I guess, but aren't what actually makes Classic WoW good. With all of that out of the way, we must also acknowledge the lull that Classic is currently in. The anniversary servers are chugging along with the 100-odd thousand players still logging weekly. Season of Discovery has ended, and the modern version of Classic WoW, Jesus Christ, there are so many versions, is entering an expansion that most original players aren't likely to return to. During this,
I feel like I would probably play a new WoW expansion if it came out, just because of content for like, oh, it's a new game that's coming out, I'm gonna play the new game. But like, I wouldn't really expect to like fully invest into WoW again, just because I feel like ever since Legion, really, we've just been playing the same game. And I think even like in classic WoW, like for example, there are items in Molten Core that are relevant for the entirety of the expansion or the entire game. And like in Burning Crusade, that's still partially true. Like the Shadow Damage Necklace from Karazhan, or like I think Gruul's what was it? The Gruul's Trinket is good until Sunwell. Dragon Spine Trophy. There's a lot of examples of that. DST, yeah, exactly. And so like you have a lot of them, and I think obviously Classic WoW had a lot more. You know, you had Talisman of Ephemeral Power, you had the Onslaught Girdle, you had you know, obviously Sulfuras, which was a legendary weapon, Thunder Fury, best example, best weapon in the game, period. And so a lot of, and that was in Molten Core, and BWL had things like the you know, Stylene's Impeding Scarab, or Ashkandi, or something else, right? And so Classic WoW had this idea where every expansion and every patch was connected, and there was like a cohesiveness of these different raids, and there was a symbiosis of them. And now I feel like in retail WoW, you're only playing the patch and not the expansion. And I don't really want to do that. It doesn't feel like an MMO anymore. It feels like it's like a lobby simulator where you're just on this gear treadmill that is being reinvented every other year to give you the illusion that you're doing something different. Like I just, it doesn't feel like there's anything to it anymore. Everything that you said, they add into OSRS is evergreen content. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, right? Is that like OSRS has, like, they add new stuff in, but that new stuff is, it exists inside of a larger ecosystem. Same with PoE. Both examples for PoE, yes.
LOL, people want something, and that something, for whatever reason, is old school RuneScape. RuneScape and WoW have a combative history with one another. I'm sure older players remember just how competitive and defensive these two groups were. The RuneScape versus World of Warcraft videos on the fledgling website known as YouTube were a not uncommon thing to see. The arguments at a lunch table, the friendships broken or lost, all of it laid a foundation for many experiences in the mid-2000s. And a singular truth was birthed from the din of childhood tribalism. World of Warcraft is better because it's for people whose parents are generous enough to fund $15 a month for a subscription.
That's the
Meanwhile,
reason?
RuneScape is the kids game for losers who can only get $5. Or none bucks, stuck in the beleaguered free-to-play worlds like jobless middle school peasants. At that point, World of Warcraft was on top of the world. It was reaching...
Well, I think WoW was, like, classic WoW was so amazing for its time. It was like Halo 1. Like, there are some games, like, for example, Super Mario 64, World of Warcraft, Halo 1, that were just such generational, massive successes, like Elden Ring, probably another good example of it. That it just totally Zelda. Yeah, there's like a handful of others too. Oblivion, maybe. These games were just so insanely fucking good. But the problem is that while World of Warcraft, I think, has better gameplay than OSRS, I mean, by a mile, has better graphics, etc., and it feels better to play. As somebody, like, I didn't really play OSRS a lot, but I think WoW feels better to play. At least Classic WoW does. The problem is that that's not really something that people are going to stay invested in if they just keep getting their shit reset over and over. And that's the big problem.
Its subscriber peak and growing. While RuneScape was undeniably a cultural force, it was always the lesser of the two. Times have kind of changed since then. World of Warcraft's popularity, while still at the top, has waned. The game has stagnated, failing to reach a new audience. Meanwhile, RuneScape has died and been rebirthed twice.
Multiple times.
Old school RuneScape has not only been growing, it has been thriving, especially in the past 2 years, where the player count has almost doubled. This is thanks to exceptional updates focusing on the early and mid-game experience and external community-driven marketing from creators and Jagex alike.
Wow.
Leagues, the limited-time Season of Discovery-esque but way crazier game mode released in late 2024, saw more than 200,000 concurrent players, and now the game is reaching up those figures without the help of leagues at all. For reference, this is more concurrent players than the total individual raid logs in Classic WoW's Anniversary Edition every week.
Wow.
July, we're seeing the release of the final part of the newest continent, Varlamore, and
It's
shortly
that
after
big?
that, Old School's first entirely new skill,
Holy
Sailing,
shit.
which is expanding the world in ways never before seen in the game. Is that all it takes for the conversion for the WoW player to give it a go?
Well, yeah, it looks
Not
kind of like
entirely.
Azeroth now.
OSRS offers certain similarities in experience that are worth mentioning, like the emphasis on emergent gameplay. Emergence is when unique, surprising interactions arise from engagement with standard systems in a
Storm
video
Mafia.
game. For example, in WoW Classic, it was the coordination between half a dozen guilds to time their world buff drops
Or that
for
too.
the most amount of players to make sure there are no overlaps. These are methods of interaction never explicitly designed by the developers. They emerge thanks to player need and
GDKP
creativity.
is the same thing.
My favorite emergence system in Classic WoW was learning Dire Maul tribute runs on my Hunter all the way back in 2019. Not only was it a difficult solo challenge, but selling the loot and buffs to different players was a really cool way to earn money.
Yep.
These things don't exist in retail WoW. The game
Yeah,
has been
I think his point right here is so good. Because this is the main thing that I don't like about retail WoW right now. Is the fact that retail WoW is effectively, it's been totally, like all of those cool, weird things you used to be able to do as a player back then have been nerfed, changed, or homogenized. Like, yeah, you're always on like this very strict path. And I feel like what I really enjoy about like new video games and like new MMOs especially is being able to do really cool, weird things that you shouldn't be able to do. Like, remember like in New World, for example, we would do all those like stupid things like killing that bear and all that. I think that's what really makes MMOs special.
meticulously designed to be balanced and competitive. Therefore, any outliers such as this are immediately patched out. There's even a refrain popularized by players calling out this behavior. Fun detected, they say in unison as Blizzard removes an emergent mechanic that may trivialize something.
This is
in OSRS.
This also, by the way, is why I criticized them removing GDKP. And in retrospect, now with Season of Discovery in hindsight, do you guys see how removing GDKP ended up damaging the entire game and it caused so many people to quit? It was bad. Yep. It killed Sod. I said that's, remember Rextroy? He's still getting stuff done nowadays. Yeah. It made Sod 100x better. Not really. I don't know. GDKP was community built, so it had to die. Yeah.
Happens less. The line between exploit and emergence is thinner. It is also encouraged with the existence of the wilderness, a zone where PvP is enabled and upon dying, you drop your loot.
Yeah.
If you are not the aggressor or unskulled, you retain 3 of your most expensive items. And if you are skulled, the aggressor, you lose everything.
Damn.
There is a tangible risk reward in the wilderness that makes it unlike anything else in theme park MMOs.
Oh,
it has
it is.
singles areas for one-on-ones and multi-combat zones for group fights, fostering a truly sprawling and occasionally terrifying environment. It has its issues, but is ultimately a totally unique element of RuneScape. The open world PvP during Classic WoW's heyday was kind of similar to this. If you decided to play on a PvP server, it wasn't uncommon to run into roving warbands of bloodthirsty players farming honor points on random people. It created
Season 2, or sorry, like not Season 2, Phase 2 of Classic WoW before they added Battlegrounds on a balanced server was peak Classic WoW. That was the pinnacle of the game. It was fucking amazing. And then, like, as soon as they added BGs, it was pretty much dead.
A hide-and-seek leveling experience that definitely got tiresome, but was pretty crazy nonetheless. This system is only begotten to wilderness in old school, so it's a bit more manageable there. Of course, in PvP, death is nowhere near as punishing in WoW as you only lose time. But the general ethos of open PvP is worth considering as a point of interest. OSRS has emergence that extends far past PvP too. It wouldn't be far-fetched to suggest that the vast majority of PvE bosses in RuneScape have emergent mechanics defining them. Whether it be safe spotting Dagannoth Kings, butterflying Akka, soloing Cox, and anything.
Soloing what? This used to be the case whenever you would solo raids. Like, if you look back at my old YouTube channel, one of my favorite things to do was I would love to solo old raid bosses because I just thought it was really cool. Like the idea that you could do that or solo like dungeon bosses by yourself. And I thought that was amazing. And then somewhere along the line, Blizzard just decided to equalize everything. And then that entire meta kind of just went away.
In between. Even the skilling in OSRS is often thought of as an emergent experience thanks to tick manipulation being a valid method for a lot of players. It also has an effective blend of communality and solo expression. Some of the most difficult content in OSRS is solo. However, the experience of playing the game itself is a lot more communal. Not in the sense that
I think that's what the future of MMOs is, by the way. The idea that you need 4 or 24 other people in order to do content, I think that is a very reductive way of making an MMO. And I think that the best example of that is actually just look at isekai animes. Almost every single isekai anime is either a person doing things on their own or a person doing things with a very small group of friends that they work in between with, right? People love solo content? Yeah, exactly. And all of those animes wouldn't be popular if it wasn't if it wasn't an aesthetic people were looking for.
Demands grouping that's
like
not
there's literally an anime called Solo Leveling that is the most popular anime right now in the world.
Only method of multiplayer communality, just being around others is enough.
Yeah.
Because the game isn't linear in its progression, it's a sandbox. No zone is ever out-leveled or outright devalued. You are just as likely to see high-level players in Varrock, the second city most players go to, as you are in the elven city of Prifdinas.
Oh.
Mario. Not only does this make the game feel more alive, it also creates the emergent experience of seeing someone, as soon as you zone in, wearing way cooler shit than you are, and giving you...
Exactly. This was something that was crucial in original WoW. Whenever you would see somebody that was fully geared out, like you go into Stormwind for the first time, and you inspect somebody with like full fucking tier 2 and Thunder Fury, you're like, what the fuck is this?
Something
it was
to
insane.
Aspire to as a result. This is of course dead in retail WoW thanks to the overabundance of cosmetic overrides applying in-game visuals to anyone, anywhere, making it impossible to tell if someone is a badass because they cleared a mythic raid or just swiped their credit card or farmed an old piece of content while watching YouTube videos on another monitor. Classic WoW, at least.
Yeah, back in the day, if you wanted to look cool, you had to actually do content that was challenging. Nowadays, anybody can look cool because of transmog, which is like, it's like that. I mean, I did transmog contests, right? So like, it's not like I think that's bad, but I do think that there is a certain level of value that in order to even look cool at all, it's kind of like, remember Halo Reach had this, where like if you saw somebody with like the Hayubasa armor or like a couple of other like types of items, you would be like, oh shit, that's a real one.
Original version didn't have cosmetic overrides, so
Transmog
being able to actually see what someone is wearing,
but you can see what it took away
aura
too
of authenticity to the game world and its player base. Everything felt of that world, and the items being worn gained an aesthetic value. They were recognized. The legendary armaments were legendary. That has since faded in time thanks to the repeated launches and eventual mastery of all the content, but it did exist at one point. Because it's persistent...
I think that it mainly existed as like a facade because people just didn't really know enough about the game. The reality is that the reason why a lot of people had Scarabord or Thunder Fury is because they were guild masters or officers in a guild. But, you know, it's still better than like participation legendaries that they have now in retail, right? An illusion of prestige is better than no prestige at all.
Updated, OSRS never lost that, and while certain gear may be less impressive today than it was in 2015 or 2005, new gear has taken its place. Seeing someone in Sanguine Torva or the newly released Radiant Oathplate armor, especially if they achieve these things on an Iron Man, is incredibly impressive.
Yeah, it's badass.
Just having that communally recognized value promotes more people to seek that recognition. After all, flexing your hard-earned achievements is
being able to show off in video games matters a lot, because a lot of the people that play MMOs are people that have been disaffected by the real world, and they want to seek a secondary world where they can accomplish goals and achieve those goals in a way that is fair to them, that the real world doesn't provide. That's another really big component to this. Like, MMOs, and this is the reason why MMOs are so popular among young guys, it's because if you're a 16 or 17-year-old guy, you don't have really any avenue to express yourself as a guy, right? I mean, like, as like that guy. You don't have any, like, you're a loser, basically. And so you can play a video game, and you can work hard at this video game, and you can achieve something that matters. And when a video game has a bunch of pay to win in it, and it takes those things away from you, then that entire structure is removed. And so people spend so much money on prestige in real life. Think about how much money people spend on Prada or Lamborghinis or a Porsche or something like that, like Supreme clothes. All of these things have inflated values because of what they project. And what I'm saying is that for a lot of disaffected and young people, video games provide an alternate form of them to be able to seek out that same satisfaction that they're not able to achieve in real life.
Or part of existing alongside other people, whether it be in-game or not. World of Warcraft, at least right now, is failing to offer
That's sad. You could say that it's sad, but I also don't think it's really, I think it's natural. If you're a young guy, you want to find a place where you'll be taken seriously and treated like an adult. Like, that's what you want. Like, you don't want to be treated like a kid. Like, that's what happens. It's natural. Yeah, this has been going on for thousands of years.
Permanent home for its players, asking them time and time again to recreate the same characters and re-experience the same events.
Yeah.
Bro, I wish Classic WoW Hardcore had these challenges. Goodness gracious, man.
That's not bad.
These are so cool.
That's the last Batwave. I have a decent amount of prayer.
This is exactly what I've been
56
asking
also
for
had a
forever.
bit of a sketchy lore, but not one that I haven't done before.
It's funny, I criticize Retail WoW for becoming a fleeting, seasonal experience that devalues everything you've earned every new patch, but Classic WoW has become that too.
Well, Retail WoW is its own competitive game, and it's made for a specific audience. I don't think they should change the way Retail WoW works. They have made their bed, now lay in it. You've decided to make the game that way. You've curated this audience of people that just want to play that game. Then just keep doing that. It obviously works for them.
With every new incarnation, it resets everyone back to zero and asks them to run that treadmill again. Blizzard is plagued by the disease of seasonality. They seem incapable of creating anything outside of that paradigm because it is the only way to foster continuous engagement in their eyes. Perhaps that's more a fault of the theme park MMO than it is of their own creativity. The Season of Discovery, being seasonal in name, also operated this way. It had incremental level gates, 20, 30, 40, and so on, that acted like miniature expansion releases with a new raid, some new content, and new abilities and other stuff. Blizzard, being tied to this seasonal model, was terrified of making players feel like they need to catch up to their friends, so they caught up for them. Level boost.
That's the issue. That's the issue right there. The moment that Blizzard started catching players up, instead of letting them play the game at their own pace, is, I think, the moment that the MMO aspect of the game started to recede and die. And I think it started in Wrath of the Lich King, and it just got worse.
Experience boosts and so on. It became so disconnected conceptually from the original classic, the original vanilla, the experience people originally connected with, that it asked them to skip it entirely. Expediting the leveling in Classic is like offering maraschino cherries as the dessert itself. It's like the rosemary being garnished by the steak. It makes absolutely no sense and caters to a demographic of players that exist antithetically to an MMO.
Fucking exactly. 100%. That's what I've been trying to say. Completely. A perfect line, yes. That's the way that I felt about it for a long time. That's why I said in Wrath of the Lich King, they hit a ceiling with attracting MMO players, and then so they started making the game for people that didn't like MMOs, and eventually the game became a game that wasn't for people that liked MMOs.
The genre is defined by persistent engagement, a world that continues living. But by promoting momentary engagement for incredibly short periods of time, you create artificial bursts of popularity and then long lulls where most prospect players don't want to join because it looks dead. But here we are today. Players clearly want some kind of emergent experience in a growing game. One of my favorite examples of this was actually in Classic WoW's anniversary servers released only a little while ago. OnlyFans, a content creator-driven guild conceptualized by streamer Soda Poppin'. It was a communal experiment.
This gift must be so mad right now. Man, that sucks. Damn, bro, like they didn't even name him.
A creator house like you'd see back in 2016, but done in World of Warcraft. It was a persistently running reality television show that tested the mental fortitude of all those involved, because OnlyFans was less so about the game and more so about people interacting with one another through the game.
You think that's look at that.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Holy shit!
No, P-Bob, you've gotten every single item!
You have gotten a lot of items.
He's gotten it, and it's good for Warrior. You've gotten every item, bro.
Listen. I'll pass if you come to my stream and rate my physique.
Wait, what?
All right, get in.
Holy
bro, what the?
Yep. Is that a bodysuit? Wait, this guy is shredded, by the way.
Yep.
What's your body?
He got married recently.
I followed Tyler 1's journey through the guild's rise and eventual dissolution. Tyler 1 is, of course, another streamer, popular for his abrasive and somewhat controversial personality and exceptional League of Legends play. Never having played Classic WoW before, he ventured into OnlyFans with an open mind. OnlyFans was created on the hardcore server, meaning that if you die, you lose your character. And simultaneously, the guild ran alongside a host of add-ons, or in RuneScape terminology, plugins, that created race-driven competitions. Undead, Tauren, Orcs, and Trolls all competed against one another through this external system. There were raffles, battles, arguments, and everything in between. During
There's
this
a lot of fucking drama. Holy shit, there was a lot of drama.
Process,
The second one was so much worse than the first for drama.
Go from meandering around, keyboard turning, and sometimes forgetting to attack, to running a 40-man raid. His interaction with different content creators, his fabricated drama with Soda Poppin', his insistence to essentially roleplay a rise to power, narrativized the entire experience. It did so well that when he died, it became a legendary moment within the community. While leading a raid into Molten Core, battling the fire elemental Baron.
I love the fact that everybody that criticized Pirate Software for roaching out ran away like little pussy bitches and left Tyler to die. This was the, like, I'm still going off the high that I have from that from like fucking 6 months ago. Because I called it. I said it, everybody said I was wrong. Oh, and there it was.
Tyler 1 was faced with a decision. Go for the kill, DPSing down the final few percent and healing through the AoE explosions, or play it safe. Run away. His fatal call was to DPS. Go full.
He made the right call, by the way. He made the right call 100%. Any good raid leader would have made that call, and if he had a good raid, it would have been no problem. It's not even a question. Any good player, any good raid leader would have already said that. It's not even a doubt.
As they say, Zug the Zuggler, full send. And his shouts echoed through the voice call, unaware that many had already begun to run. Because when a death means a reset of your progress, it's every man for himself.
back in. Everybody back in. Everybody back in. I'm death wishing. Big heals.
Sony, get out.
Big heals on me. Big heals on me. I'm death wishing. Big heals on me.
Holy shit.
What the fuck? Big heals on me. Big heals on me. You can't lift.
They could have easily killed him here. They could have easily killed him. Any good raid leader at any period in time, anybody knows this is a 100% stay in and finish the boss. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 warriors in the raid. If each one of them pressed execute twice, this boss would be dead.
Finish it. Don't run. Finish. Finish. Don't run. Finish.
Oh my god.
No! The boss fell, but not without the death of many of those brave enough to fight alongside their war chief in his final.
That's right. Just like Garrosh. He was right about everything, and if the rest of the horde had stood with him, he would still be the war chief. He was betrayed.
Moments. This felt like the end of the story, and for many it was. It was facilitated by Classic WoW, by the hardcore servers, by the raid itself, but this existed only due to the emergent methods through which these creators decided to approach this re-release. Why do I bring this up though? For an OSRS player, it may be obvious. This happens all the fucking time in RuneScape. Not on the same scale as OnlyFans and Sodapoppin's achievement of managing to wrangle in the egos of dozens, if not hundreds, of content creators for months was unlike anything I've ever seen,
It was
but in a
impressive.
microcosm. This is RuneScape's most common creator-driven element. The best comparison is Deadman All-Stars, wherein a large OSRS content creator solo
It is crazy how I was right about everything. It really is. It's sad. It really is sad. It stores up air and pirate. Yeah, I know. It's scary. I said the most humble. Well, I think that story shows my humility. Is because I knew people could not see the truth. People would not believe the truth even when it was explained to them, and they had to see it for their own eyes. And I waited because I was confident that I knew what would happen. I was right.
Teamed up with Jagex by obtaining a custom server wherein 35 of the largest content creators in the game created teams of 5 in a full PvP version of the game. Almost every area became dangerous.
Oh, that guy got fucked.
In these servers, all 35 creators had expedited experience rates and drops, and a bit over a week of time to gear up for the finale. A King of the Hill style one-on-one deathmatch where they, donning the gear they've collected, were put to the test against one another.
That's pretty cool.
The 10-day period that this event spanned was amongst the most fun in the game's history, as following the individual and group-wide achievements and battles became so many people's day-to-day habit. The battles fought, the gear lost, the upsets, the strategies, the drama. It felt like a condensed version of OnlyFans buoyed by each creator's personality, loudest of which was Odablock. Odablock is the largest.
It's crazy that I remember watching the drama with him and that girl, and at the beginning I was totally on that girl's side, and then after watching all of Odablock's videos, I realized that he was actually in fact right about everything.
Just old school RuneScape streamer. He, much like Tyler1, is an abrasive, controversial figure with a huge fan base. He's also one of the best PvPers in the entire game. He was the captain for the Odablock Warriors, and throughout this event, they became, in some ways, the focal point, the core narrative.
Damn.
In the draft, Odablock recruited what was considered to be the strongest set of PvPers. They were the only ones capable of defeating the solo mission snakes, a team labeled as this season's villains. This was because they had a rather toxic player that received a yellow card for potentially stream sniping. This was made worse by this player's previous history of less than honorable behavior, to put it simply. On top of this, many felt as though the snakes didn't have a particularly fun way of playing, as they locked down a specific area of the game and farmed it, all the while taking on group fights to snowball their growing advantage. On the day
That's
of the
smart.
finale, tensions were high. Odablock broke over 100,000 concurrent viewers, and simultaneously the old school and
Jesus.
RuneScape streams had a collective concurrent viewership
Yeah,
of
damn.
over 150,000.
Yeah, damn.
To say that this event gained traction would be an
That's
understatement.
insane.
As the Warriors began their first fight, it wasn't looking good. Good players fell early, and in this King of the Hill style system, the person who defeated the other remained in battle, granting the opposing team the ability to snowball an advantage. The
No
cards
surprise
did
there.
not look to be in the Warriors' favor, but Odablock himself hadn't yet stepped in the ring. As the bell rung and his character moved in, he disconnected. His entire home was DDoSed, and the competition, for a brief moment, was put on hold.
Of the Warriors, what can he do to claw this fight back?
Come on, you are
Oh, we got
Odablock. Play
DC.
like Odablock.
No, I think this is actually a tactical decision with
Really?
his sigils. Yeah, he's got the sigil of the
Interesting.
meticulous maid, so he's got that extra 40 accuracy bonus, so he can afford to sit in this tanky Verak skirt for some of the freezes.
That's
when
me
he
told.
knows.
Was it like instantly or after a little bit?
Somebody did ask me, bro. It has to be because I didn't even start yet. I didn't even start yet. As soon as I crossed the border, I DC'd.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so fucking cringe. I don't know what to do. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what to do because the phone, the hotspot, just can't. It can't hold it. It can't hold.
Are you able to change house? People are spamming. I'm not sure if that's viable. Like, how long would it take you if that could happen? How long would that take you?
I could try it. Yeah, maybe like 5 minutes. I could just run to a different house.
He rushed over to a friend's home, mouse and keyboard in hand, in an effort to continue the fight.
Oh my
However,
God.
it just wasn't the same. It is one thing to play on a friend's setup, and that alone doesn't feel great. But to do so in such a high-stakes, high-skill
Yeah.
competition, it's borderline impossible.
Yeah, he's cooked.
While he performed admirably, his misclicks were noticeable. The precision needed to play old
It's
school
not the same
RuneScape
mouse.
well is beyond any other MMO. So even a small change in setup create massive gaps in performance.
Yep.
Ultimately, the Warriors performed well, but they did not win. Their matches were the most watched, and in many ways, after their elimination, that story concluded.
Damn.
I bring up these two somewhat similar examples to showcase an overlap, a way to engage with the game that sometimes doesn't put the game first. This engagement uses it to uplift something else entirely, a community-driven event,
This always was the case, by the way, with WoW. Like, if you think about all of the old WoW moments, like, everybody remembers the Doomlord Kazakh going to, fucking Stormwind, right? Or the Serenity Now funeral raid, or, like, some of those other drama moments. Yeah, that was what it was all about, man.
Design story a personally aspired to goal. The overlap between old school RuneScape and WoW Classic isn't systemic.
Yeah, the plague,
These
yeah.
games aren't similar. As Sodapoppin said while watching some OSRS videos, RuneScape is the bane for WoW players. It utilizes an entirely different skill set that doesn't translate. You'd think that would be a point of aversion, yet it isn't, because the point of connection is far more important for a lot of people. WoW players might be looking for something more permanent as they currently linger in the seasonal lull, a period.
That's the reason why. I think that also there's another component to this too, that a lot of WoW players are now old. They're now old with gray hair, they're balding, and because of that, they don't have the same amount of time. Like, how many of you guys, really, you either had this happen personally or you knew somebody who this happened to, where you were raiding with this person and they got married, they had a kid, or they graduated college or something like that, and they stopped playing the game. Like, I remember a very fateful day at the end of Burning Crusade where my friend logged on and he said, guys, I have taken the intro to psychology in my university 3 times to meet girls. I've been there for 5 years. I'm still a junior. I'm quitting because I need to get my life together. This just can't keep going on. It's too much. I told this story in Legion. A guy recognized who I was talking about. The guy, it was a paladin named Talinor. He said Talinor got married. Yep. So he actually did it, and he quit the game, and he got married. He graduated college, he got married. And the thing is that the point is that a lot of people in WoW, their priorities have shifted, and as they've aged, they can't keep up with the seasonal model, because the seasonal model requires consistent investment, and you can't just pick up where you left off. Like, for example, if I wanted to go play Black Myth Wukong again, or I wanted to play Metaphor ReFantazio again, I could immediately just pick up right where I left off. And I think that's why Classic WoW was so good. But when you're on a hamster wheel, the accomplishments that you make in the game are receding. And so once your accomplishments recede enough times, you lose interest in them. And I think that's what's happened. OSRS, you never lose progression. Like, for me, like, losing progression in a video game causes me to just quit the game, because it deletes the idea in my mind that I'm working towards a goal.
Between when their progress finished and when they must start it all again. A point of reflection that surely has some ask, why do I want
come back,
to do it all again? To summarize, the lull that World of Warcraft is in currently, as every version of the game is between releases, has made its most prolific content creators branch out. This may not...
Here's another component that he might not be considering, is that WoW also is boring to watch now. Because people have seen the same thing for so long, they're tired of looking at it. And people that are content creators in WoW realize, like, I think that many of them want to do what Chance or what Mitch or what I do. And you're seeing guys like Zaryu and Peekaboo trying to take steps in that direction too, to try to move out of that small bubble that they exist in. So a lot of these guys don't want to just be locked into playing World of Warcraft for their whole life. And they want to be able to stream other games, but they can't do that because nobody will watch those other games. So as soon as, and you saw this with like Final Fantasy 14, is like as soon as I moved over to Final Fantasy 14, tons of other WoW streamers did it. And the reason why is because I got a lot of viewers doing it. The reality is that streamers will follow where the viewership is, and they will follow where people's attention is. And World of Warcraft in general, content about the game is, in my opinion, based off of like somebody who's been paying attention to it, it's at an all-time low. I forgot the last time that there was like a retail WoW clip that I watched that mattered. And even retail WoW, like the fucking Race to World First, I feel like is a shadow of what it was in, let's say, Battle for Azeroth. So it's clout chasing. Well, it's not clout chasing. It's just their job, right? I mean, they don't want to be locked into something that they can't, that's a dead end. And so you can't pigeonhole your career solely over one game. Exactly. And so now WoW players, in the same way that Final Fantasy 14 was that in 2021, RuneScape now is that in 2025. So you're seeing a lot of WoW content creators moving away from World of Warcraft in the attempt to diversify their audience and give their stream a longer lifespan. That's also like, and they might not say that, right? People might not want to say that because it seems like it's like a business thing to say, and it like kind of makes it seem inauthentic. But trust me when I say that this is true. It's absolutely true. And you do the same thing if you were them.
Be a permanent investment, but it surely is interesting to see. These two old titans of the industry are still rubbing shoulders, but the balance of power might have started to change. If there's ever a time to visit...
Your mom was right. My mom was right. In World of Warcraft, she quit the game in BFA. She said, Pathfinder? I already did that. You're telling me I have to do it again? But I already did it again in Legion. And now I have to do it 3 times? I gotta do the same thing? No, I don't. And she just quit. Straight up, over that. That was why she quit the game. She realized that she was on the hamster wheel.
School RuneScape, it's
no,
now
I don't.
On the cusp of its largest update. The benefit of it being a curated sandbox is that each edition is additive. The game has only become larger with time. It doesn't cannibalize itself with seasonal content. That alone could be something interesting to players that have become so accustomed to being cannibalized. I was one of them, after all, tired of spending months earning what became cosmetic overrides devalued by a glut of cosmetic overrides. WoW felt like it was shrinking, not in player base per se, but as a world. With
the scope of the game becomes smaller. And now I feel like most people, if I watch most WoW streams, like retail WoW streams, they're either in an instance or in the city. There's no World of Warcraft. There's just menus of Warcraft.
Addition,
that's it.
With every update, the amount of land expands, but the relevant content only inhabits a smaller and smaller fraction of it. It was refreshing to step into a world as persistent as my kitchen and the roof over my head. The long-form nature of old-school RuneScape's progression incentivized me to pursue the grind, rather than recoil from it, because I knew that every time I inched closer to my goal, that goal wouldn't leap ahead by miles every half year.
Oh my god. Yes. Fucking yes. Exactly. And as players have less time, and as the WoW audience is aging, I think that was one of the big appeals of Classic WoW, is that if you took a break in, let's say, Molten Core, and you came back, your next goal would still be BWL. Even if Nax was out at that time, your next step would be BWL.
It would remain, and a new goal would be added somewhere between or somewhere after. Retail doesn't offer a home, even when the developers are hard at work.
Classic balance problem, do you cave to casuals? What if I told you that this is the game that's made for casuals? Permanent, consistent, like ongoing progress is better for casuals than a seasonal model. A seasonal model keeps them on a hamster wheel. A casual model and a permanent model keeps them playing the game for a longer period of time, because they can come back and they won't lose progress. Do you know what really probably demoralizes casual players? Is when they come back to the game and they realize that everything that they did doesn't matter anymore. All of the gear, everything they worked for, all of their farming, everything is totally invalidated, and now the game is a totally different experience. That's the reason why.
On the player-owned housing system, because retail is as acommunal as possible.
Who cares?
There is almost no emergence within its body because the intent of the game has disconnected entirely from its roots as an MMORPG. There is no core leveling experience, no overworld organization, no coordination needed for anything that isn't small group instanced content. It's a game split down the middle, a single-player lonely adventure through a barren overworld, flitting between checklist slop and the next instance dungeon, and the instance dungeon itself. For those that love this about retail, the ability to hop into a game and in a weekend find yourself caught up to everyone else.
And here's also another component that I didn't mention, is that catching a player up is also overloading a new player with the amount of information and news. So like, for example, when you're playing Classic WoW, by the time that you get Fire Blast, you know how Fire Blast is going to fit into your rotation of using Frostbolt or Fireball. And when you get Frost Nova, it's like, oh shit, okay, now I know how to put all these together. But whenever you just start into the game and you get a boost to level whatever the fuck, and you have 30 different spells, how the fuck are you supposed to learn how all those things are supposed to fit together? Well, you don't. And that's the big problem, is that a lot of these games front load the players with too much information that, again, is bad for casuals. So the entire premise that giving players everything really fast is good for casuals, I think is absolutely counterproductive. And I think that it achieves the opposite outcome.
Perfect, and likely why most would feel alienated by RuneScape. On the other hand, Classic WoW offers a bountiful leveling experience. The heights of OnlyFangs were never the raids, they were the journey to get to them. The leveling of Classic is, for those who do it, amongst the best gaming experiences because it effortlessly mixes flow state calm with heart-pumping danger, especially on hardcore servers. Old school RuneScape is something different. It is a game on a separate path. Matt Season is a classic WoW content creator who has cataloged his journey into old school RuneScape without guides, and for those who have watched his videos have surely seen, Matt Season is pulling from game knowledge outside of his classic World of Warcraft pool because the skill set he obtained through WoW has not translated. But the appeal of slowly, often arduously...
Mad Season and I used to do Battlegrounds together in Classic WoW, and he said that he always liked to do Battlegrounds with me because usually people would target him because he was like a popular content creator. But the one person that they wanted to kill even more than him was me. And so he could play the game, and I would be the one getting targeted by everyone, and he could just play and do his own thing. And so he's like, yeah, no, invite Asmund to honor farming. Yeah, definitely.
Moving through the world and becoming lost in the maze of systems and incomprehensible functions has evoked feelings that leveling in Classic once did. Not today, when leveling has become expected and understood, but back then, before the re-release, when every step felt fresh.
I really think this is a great video. I was glad that I watched this, and I think that I pretty much agree with everything he's saying. Yeah, I mean, I think that really, again, it's the entire premise, and it's the idea. Let me link you guys a video. I've never watched this guy's channel before. Theory-wise, he only has 10,000 subs, so give him a sub. Make sure to do that. And reminds me how disappointing WoW is. Well, do you guys see my point that I'm making about how in World of Warcraft you have like this ever-evolving hamster wheel, and people just get tired of running, but in RuneScape you can walk, and eventually you make actual progress. So, like, you have a hamster wheel, and you're going really, really fast, but you're never going anywhere. Whereas in RuneScape and other games that are like that, like Classic WoW was like that, is that you're walking, but eventually you get to where your destination is. And I think that it's so tired of lame seasons, get new gear. Yeah, eventually you'll get there. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's really, if you get off the hamster wheel, you lose your shit. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's really what it is in general. And he admits the mistakes and was afraid, or Ian admits he made mistakes and was afraid. Well, as I said, I mean, I was right about all of my criticisms of WoW. The developers wouldn't listen to me. Nobody ever wanted to listen to me. Everybody said that I was wrong, but I was vindicated and right about everything. And I've been proven right more and more every single day. That's just how it is. That's just the way it is. And I listen, like Pan Bounty is stepping down, someone said. Well, we'll see what happens, right? And yeah, I don't know about that. And you stayed humble about it? I did. And this is the reason why I stopped. Well, it's one of the reasons why I stopped making WoW content. Is I realized that WoW players, what World of Warcraft had happen is that it distilled its player base down into the people who actually like Mythic Plus. They actually like seasonal instanced raiding. And this is now their audience. These are the people that now want to play the game. So I became a minority in my own game. Originally, like, whenever I played World of Warcraft for the first time in 2006, it was July of 2006, I think. Might have been June, but I think it was July. I started playing the game, and I thought to myself, this game was made for me. They programmed, designed, and made this game exclusively just for me. And now, I feel like the game is made for everybody except me. And I felt like really that changed in BFA. I felt like BFA and Shadowlands, it was no longer made for me anymore. Will I ever try old school RuneScape? I don't know if I would or not. I mean, I really don't know. I recall you adamantly saying people play OSRS for nostalgia. Now it seems like you understand what Jimmy was saying about the game. It's not nostalgia, it's constant. What do you think about that now? Is it just nostalgia? I think that obviously nostalgia is really important, and I think that denying that nostalgia plays a huge role in OSRS's popularity is not true. And I feel like if you released a game like OSRS today, would it have the same success that OSRS has now? I don't think so. But again, it's the same with Classic WoW. If Classic WoW was released today, would it be as popular as it was in 2004? No, but that doesn't mean that it wouldn't be a good game and it wouldn't do well. So, like, I think it's a matter of nostalgia does play a big role, but the game quality has to be there for that nostalgia to really stick. And I think that with OSRS and also with Classic WoW, I think the nostalgia did stick. And also another reason why is because the way that they've updated OSRS, I think has been very beneficial and positive. And so that's another reason. Have you heard of Brighter Shores? They re-released it with newer graphics. It flopped. Brighter Shores is dead as fuck. Yeah, like I've got to tell you guys, nostalgia really goes hard. It's super important. And I don't think that enough people pay enough attention to it and respect it enough. And even if it's not direct nostalgia, there's like things that are kind of reminiscent of that. Would you say the losers of 15 years ago today in 2025 would want a new MMO like OSRS or Classic WoW? Yeah, I do think that a lot of young guys do want to have a new MMO like this that they can play. But I think that what's changed is that because you can make a living playing video games nowadays, the meta of playing video games to get something out of it or to get some sort of validation, I think that it's changed. And I think that now games like Fortnite, games like whatever the popular PvP game flavor of the month is, that is the game now that a lot of young guys flock to because they know that if they play that game competitively really well, they can get attention for themselves and be successful. And so at the end of the day, it's the same impulse, but in a different direction. And so you have guys that are now like, you know, like that one kid that won that book, I think his name was like Booger or something like that, Buddha, who won like $3 million playing Fortnite, and he was like 15 or 16 years old. That was insane, right? And so how many other kids that were around the same age saw that and they said to themselves, okay, well, I want to start playing Fortnite so I can be acknowledged in that same way. Well, the reality is that that's the same reason why people used to play World of Warcraft. It was because they wanted to be able to be acknowledged and respected as individuals. Because when you're a kid, you're not taken seriously by anybody. Nobody gives a fuck what you think. Nobody gives a fuck what you say. None of it matters at all. And so now, whenever you have players and people like this that they're able to focus on that, Dota 2, bro? Yeah, Dota 2 definitely is another good example. Well, what I'm saying is that the proliferation of competitive and esports gaming has given those same guys that were like me, like if I was a kid nowadays, what game would I want to play? Probably Fortnite. Yeah, I would say probably Fortnite. Realistically, or Minecraft. Well, I don't know enough about maybe Roblox. I just don't know enough about Roblox to really say Fortnite fell off. No, it didn't. That's crazy. You seem like a Roblox kid. I never liked I never liked the one. I seriously think that that OSRS moment-to-moment gameplay is at a high level, held up much better in time than Classic WoW gameplay has. If anything, I'm a bigger lifelong WoW simp than OSRS. I played OSRS for only 9 months. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I definitely do. I mean, like, I think that with this game, like, you just have, like, there's a level of...
After all...
Sorry about that. There is a level of... Like, I mean, this armor set, I think, for a good example, like, Classic WoW armor sets were very stylized and very cool. And I think that now retail WoW armor sets are not like that at all. They're just not as cool as they used to be. I work with kids 16 to 22, and they all seem to flock to Fortnite, Apex, and COD. Well, the reason why is because those games are the games where you can be acknowledged for being a good player. I think that a lot of people don't understand the value that a young guy gets out of being acknowledged for being good at something for the first time in their life. And I think that video games provide that first chance for a guy to be able to do that. The thing is, the armor is insanely hard to get. It's literally 0.01% of the player base that have it. Well, that's why it matters. Yeah, that's it. Reaction time is better when you're younger. Yeah, definitely that's it too. OSRS acknowledges you for being good. Yeah, of course. At what point do you draw the line between people playing OSRS because they yearn for a good game design like in the past versus it's just nostalgia? I don't think you can divide the two. I think that it's a confluence of things. People like the old school graphics. People probably also like the style. There's probably people that stick around with the game because they played it for 15 years. Like you have, it's the same as WoW. Like if WoW got released today, would it still be as transcendent of a success as it is now? No, probably not. And so that's really, most people can't even do the Inferno. Well, yeah, I guess. What's so wrong with nostalgia? Well, it's important to understand what nostalgia is, so you don't think that the quality of the game is the one thing that's carrying it, right? It's not like your reaction time goes down by seconds when you suddenly hit 40. Yeah, but like when you're 38, you probably are at a disadvantage against someone who's 17 whenever you're playing a competitive shooter. And whenever the time to kill in those competitive shooters is like 1 or 2 seconds, that does make the difference. It absolutely does. Like, think about, like, I always think about this while I'm driving. Think about how much happens every second while you're driving. A lot happens in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot can happen inside of that 1 second. And so, like, really, yeah. So, like, you really have to think about inside of fucking, like, like a millisecond. Or, like, 1/10 of a second, basically. Same with fighting games? Yeah, definitely. The hard drive is full at 38? Yeah, sure. You can compensate in other ways if the difference is noticeable. Yeah, obviously, reaction time is mostly genetics. Age is not the most important factor. Well, I didn't say it was the most important factor. I said it was a factor, and it is a factor. And even the person with genetically good reaction time will have genetically worse, will have age... that same person's reaction time will be worse at 38 than it was at 17, and it'll probably be even worse at 58 than it was at 38. So obviously every single person exists on a spectrum, but that doesn't mean that the spectrum doesn't follow trends according to age. That's all I'm saying. Age is a massive factor. Yeah, I think so in a lot of cases, except just like your hearing is. Yeah, it's a spectrum. And so anyway, I think that's one of the big reasons why RuneScape is popping off. And I think also, like, if I look right now, like, what's happening in World of Warcraft today? Let's find out. So we've got, let's see what's happening in the game. And we will go viewers high to low. This is Classic WoW again. Retail WoW. There's only 2 people that have more than 1,000 viewers. Again, like, you just look at the game, it's just, it's so hard to even understand. What the fuck is even going on? Like, I'll wait for them to do something, and then you're gonna see what happens, right? Well, New World? New World is dead. New World is super fucking dead. Like, nobody's playing that game anymore. It's pretty much done. So, yeah, I don't think that's it at all. So the game, there's too much noise. Yeah, there's just too much happening. There's too much stuff going on, and it's just too complicated. And we're number 2 on Warcraft's directory in offline mode. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, like, that's really not a big surprise to me at all. And so my guild was like my family. Do you think WoW needs to die? No, I don't think WoW needs to die. I mean, definitely not. But, like, if you look, like just give it a second here, and we'll look at, like, what's happening on the screen. Because usually this is one of the... I think they do a big pull at the beginning, right? Usually they do. Like, if this is, like, the way they used to do the fight. Okay. Yeah. Watch what's happening on the screen. This is insane. Complete sensory overload. You can't see shit. Yeah. There's too much happening. Look at this. Yeah, visual diarrhea. Yeah, and like... It's not even about the numbers being big or small. Like, they're doing 16 million, 20 million DPS. That doesn't matter. Like, if the numbers were, like, doing 20 or 60 DPS, it would be the same problem. There are just too many things happening on the screen and too much going on in order for people to understand at all what's happening. And it's completely... like, it's completely unapproachable for anybody who's, like, a casual player. And, like, if you compare this to... nobody's even playing the game. They're all fucking opening cases. Okay, well, let me get a better example. Okay, well, let's look at Valorant, for example. If you look at Valorant, it's very obvious what's happening in the game. She just shot somebody. It's simple. And then she just got shot. It's simple, right? That's the difference. Is that a lot of these games are just totally fucking unwatchable. And that's the big reason why I think that a lot of people are losing interest in those types of content. The cam shake when shooting? Well, what I'm saying is, like, even with, let me pull up another example. Let's see. We'll look at, well, let's actually just look at Counter-Strike. I'll look at Counter-Strike, and we'll find somebody who's actually playing the game. Okay, so we've got, let's see. How about this guy right here? This guy looks like a guy just playing Counter-Strike. Yeah. This is very, very simple. You have a guy with a gun, and there's somebody shooting him from the smoke. Valorant's very cluttered a lot of the time. Yes, I know that, but compared to WoW, it's not. Extremely simple game. And so, like, as a viewer, in my opinion, I think Counter-Strike is the chess of esports. I think that in 10, 20, 50 years, people will still be playing Counter-Strike on Dust 2, and there will still be a big audience for it. Definitely. The game is a lot... Yeah, exactly, right? And the reason why is because it's easy to understand. That's the other really big factor that a lot of people don't really pick up on. Gavin stays winning? Yeah, exactly. I'll be 70 years old? Yeah. And this is the thing. And so, like, you can very easily see what's happening in each of these rounds. And I think that that's the reason why a game like that is so successful. And then if you compare that, like, for example, let me look at some other popular games that are going on right now. Let's see. Are there any other, like, actual, like, games that people are playing? Not really. Nobody's playing video games anymore. League? Just pull this one up. This is still complicated, but it's infinitely less complicated than World of Warcraft. And it's also the same level of complicated for everybody. So, for example, the amount of complexity that you're looking at right here is the same amount of complexity that everybody else will be seeing also. So, another big issue with WoW is that everybody has their own... Everybody has, like, their own... UI in WoW, which makes the game even harder to approach and understand as a casual player. And so, like, you're watching this guy play the game, which is going to be very different than watching another guy play the game. Yeah, the setup for it, right? And so it's just difficult to understand at all. And I'll see if this is even Classic WoW. Yeah, and you can see Classic WoW still has the same problem, but the problem is much less obvious. It's a lot simpler and easier to understand. And I think that's one of the big differences that people need to understand about the two games.
Hello, everybody. Taking her time today, lol. You do realize I've only been live for 4 minutes, right? Why wasn't I streaming earlier? Because there was a really bad storm. Dude, we've been in like tornado and flood watch for the past 3 days. Most of the people like where I live didn't even have power last night until this morning. I gotta turn this off. This is really loud. I got a little bit of sleep. Just like the thunder and lightning and all the like alerts and stuff just keep me up, man. It's been so loud. Yeah, I live in San Antonio, basically. Any luck with Pokemon Center? Nope, I'm still in the fucking queue. I'm still in the queue because it's kicked me out 5 times to redo the whole thing. I don't understand it. I don't even think that there's anything left, so I don't even know why there's still a queue up. Okay, guys, I cannot believe that Once Human has been out for 2 years already. That's insane. Time has gone by so fast. Releasing this month? I did not. I did not. Well, chat, today we are playing Once Human. Today, Starry Studios has sponsored the stream for us to play Once Human. Thank you very much for sponsoring today. I appreciate it. I have been a big fan of Once Human, so this is an exciting game to play. I was playing The Way of Winter, but I think I'm gonna go to the normal servers. And then, maybe I just go back to one of the servers that I was playing on. Oh my gosh, it just kicked me out and is making me do it again for the 6th time. I don't think that there's anything left on Pokemon Center. That's just insane. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. let me grab a drink before we get into this. Hold on, I'll be right back. Well, looks like we also have dinner. Okay. We just got a tornado warning down here in South. Dude, we've been having tornadoes and flooding everywhere. Like it's been like really bad actually. Look what Margot made me. That looks good, huh? No, I don't eat this much. I'll try to, but wait. Me. Okay. This is a new game mode or scenario? Nope, I couldn't get into the website. It kept kicking me out like 6 times. This is free to play, yes. It is free to play. And they're coming out on Xbox and PlayStation August 25th, I believe. So if you click the link, and because if you've been wanting to get it for your consoles, you can click my link and you can pre-order the exclusive console starter pack. Mm-hmm. Endless Dream. This is... Wait, this is the new one? Or is it this is the new one? Because this one says new. TV, okay, that's what I thought. Well then. What is the new one? They're so cute. It'll be crossplay whenever it releases in August. Okay. So what just happened? Create character. Oh, because so I left the other one. I just had to get rid of that character, I guess. Okay, but the character that I had just selected, that server was like over because of like the wipes. So you said I had to like get rid of that one. I can log into it? Well, that's what I just clicked. Hold on. This one. Mm-hmm. That's my character. Okay. No, I didn't get any E to B's today. I got kicked out of the website 6 times. No, I've played Gray Zone. I played actually a lot of it, and there's like a whole like thing in the quest line about me, and I'm just waiting for it to get a major update that I've been waiting for, so. Taz, thank you for the new sub. Rasta with the 2 months. Katie with the 2 months. Identity with the new sub. Joey with the 5 months. Sir Neil with the new sub. Steezy with the new sub. Fan card with the 6 months. I am having a good day, thank you. Cheesehammer, thank you for the new sub. Dark Forest, the gifted sub. Mads with the new sub. Finn Spin with the 10 gifted subs. Jackers with the new sub. Wazoo with the 9 months. No labs? Nah. I don't want to. Slick Kid, thank you for the 5 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. Big John, thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate you. Okay. Wait, I get all these resources? Wait, inherit resources. Your journey in this room. Wait. Wait. Eternal Land. Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
This realm seems much happier than the ones we've seen before. Let's find Lo.
Wait, oh. That's all spoiled food and berries. That is all there is, chat. Which one should I do? Okay. I remember this place. Oh my goodness. Thank you. No, I didn't. Everything was... I just kept getting kicked out. I don't know why. It just keeps giving me an error. It's been 7 times now. It's crazy. No game sound. Wait, YouTube can't hear the game? Well, you do hear it. Okay. Okay. audio for this guy. Wait, you can't hear the game on Twitch? Are you guys being for real? Are you guys trolling me? You guys are trolling. Oh wait, I was not paying attention. Oh my gosh.
Come, choose.
What?
Don't be greedy. I chose and raised them with painstaking care. They're like children to me. You can only take one.
Oh no! Wait! What? Huh? What just happened? I didn't get to choose.
Come, choose one. Dr. Teddy, Lethal Rabbit, or Pup Buddy. They're outstanding deviations
I don't know what to pick. Maybe Lethal Rabbit.
Don't be greedy. I chose and raised them with pain. Excellent choice.
There we go. I have so many of these things. Holy moly. Well, why is there like no sound? Like what? Why do people keep saying that? You guys have got to be trolling me. It's super quiet. Dude, it's so loud in my ear right now. I turned it up, but now it's like super loud. Well, can't leave. Oh, just kidding. He went through. What? Oh. What? Guys, why did it jump up like that? Okay, I need to find a place to put my house. And I need to get materials and stuff. Ooh, a little hood. Okay. Oh, it already puts it on for me. Okay, nice. Dang. That looks so cool. What the? No, I'm actually really cold right now. It's been storming the past 3 days in Texas, so it's actually really cold in my house right now. It's been storming, flooding, tornadoes, like that is... It's been crazy. Maybe we build the house down there? Dang, this person's place looks great. I might not be able to put my house here because of how many people are... Wait, can I put it... Actually? Wait. I don't think I can. That's why no one put any... that's why no one put a house there. Push caps? Wait. What do you mean? Man. So many people. See if I can put my house over here. Hello, Piggy. There we go. Perfect. Very... Ah! Get away from me! Gosh, dang it. Wait, one? What? What is this? Oh. Okay. need to get wood and stuff, actually. Gravel. I need gravel. What is that? Wait. What? I'm so confused. What is happening? Oh, hello! Hello! Oh. Wait. I was so confused when that happened. What the hell? Huh? Ah! What is that? What happened? Okay, wait. Oh my gosh. Okay. That was interesting. Wait, so that one says, this one says, do I need to damage this one to actually catch this one instead? Oh god, please. I didn't mean it. Oh. Oh. Wait. Emerald! Oh, we got both. Okay, okay, nice, nice. Dude, can you leave me alone, please? This is taking forever. Wait, what? Why is this stuff in here? Wait, what? Is that from my old stuff? I was allowed to keep this? Oh my gosh. Well, okay. I mean, I'll keep it. You know? Okay, the structure cannot be built near a boundary to a public world. Oh, I still don't have gravel. Oops. Oh yeah, I need materials. What? Dude, my brain is actually shut off. Hello? Here we go. Oh, just kidding. My brain worked good. It worked good. I promise it worked good. Okay, I'll take another diggy boy. Okay, got some gravel. Is that why no one put their house here? Wait, how do I don't remember. Where's the thing again? Dang it, man. Dude. Same problem you ran into? Yeah, I just can't like put my house anywhere. Surely this is the place. There we go. That works. Oh. Wait, how do I change it now? Now that I changed it, is there a way to change all of this without having to take it down? Okay. Oh. Wait, what? There we go. Big concrete over wood, no one will know. Okay. There we go. Scrap metal, adhesive. I can do the stove if I get more gravel.